As we advance, we have come to realize that wellness is an interrelatedness of body, mind, spirit, emotion, and social state of being. Body, mind, spirit, and emotion may be considered as the foundational framework of true wellness. Weakness or dysfunctionality in any of these areas will certainly manifest at both the personal or individual and the collective levels.
Welcome to The Other Dimension, a program that seeks to expand your knowledge, giving you the tools you need to take control of your health and well-being. Our host, Pauline Bell, will guide you through this life-changing journey.
If the foundational framework regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotions is weak, we will experience not only physical ill health, but spiritual ill health, mental ill health, emotional ill health, and social ill health. This may lead to an identity crisis, a lack of meaning and purpose, dysfunctional relationships, a sense of being lost, and a fractured social fabric. If the foundational framework regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotion is strong, we will experience a clear understanding of who we are, what we are capable of, and what are our limitations. People who have clarity regarding who they are, their purpose, and their limitations build a strong society in which everyone thrives, not necessarily demonstrating sameness, but certainly experiencing harmony and oneness. The foundation of wellness is knowledge, but this is not just any knowledge. The knowledge encompasses information regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotions. Without information, we cannot acquire knowledge. We are first informed, and after meditation and reflection, we come into the know or we gain insight. In an age where we can access virtually unlimited information at our fingertips, one of the most profound paradoxes of modern life is how little most people truly understand about themselves. We navigate complex careers, we get into relationships, and we make so many important life decisions while operating with only a superficial knowledge of the intricate systems that comprise our very being. The structure and the function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotions form the foundation of human experience. Yet these dimensions remain mysterious territories for many. Understanding these interconnected aspects of ourselves is not merely an academic exercise or a luxury for the philosophically inclined. It is an essential prerequisite for living a fulfilling, healthy, purposeful, and harmonious life. How did we reach a point where we know so little about ourselves and actually believe that this ignorance is acceptable? The human experience is fundamentally holistic. We are not simply biological machines, nor are we purely spiritual beings. We are complex, integrated systems where the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual dimensions constantly interact, influence, and shape one another. A disruption in one area inevitably creates ripples throughout the entire system. Physical illness affects our emotional state, emotional trauma manifesting bodily symptoms, spiritual disconnection clouds our thinking, heightens mental stress, and weakens our immune system. To truly thrive, we must understand how these dimensions work individually and, more importantly, how they function as an integrated or interconnected whole. A spiritual disconnect clouds our thinking, heightens mental stress, and weakens our immune system. This exploration into the importance of self knowledge that I am urging us to undertake is not a new endeavor. Ancient wisdom traditions from every corner of the globe have emphasized the critical nature of understanding oneself. The Greek aphorism, "Know thyself," was inscribed at the temple of Apollo at Delphi, serving as a foundational principle of wisdom. Eastern philosophies have long taught that self knowledge is the path to enlightenment, liberation, or freedom. Indigenous cultures worldwide have maintained holistic understanding of human nature that integrate body, mind, and spirit as inseparable aspects of existence. Modern science, particularly in fields such as neuroscience, psychoneuroimmunology, and integrative medicine, is now validating what these ancient traditions have long known. We are unified beings, and understanding our complete structure and function is essential for optimal living, not just at the individual level, but also at the collective level. If the foundational framework regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotions is weak, we will experience not only physical ill health, but spiritual ill health, mental ill health, emotional ill health, and social ill health. This may lead to an identity crisis, a lack of meaning and purpose, dysfunctional relationships, a sense of being lost, and a fractured social fabric. If the foundational framework regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotion is strong, we will experience a clear understanding of who we are, what we are capable of, and what are our limitations. People who have clarity regarding who they are, their purpose, and their limitations build a strong society in which everyone thrives, not necessarily demonstrating sameness, but certainly experiencing harmony and oneness. There is a growing need for us to advance our understanding of who we are. Advancing our self identity can enhance our sense of meaning, help us discover our purpose and value, boost self identity, improve self esteem, foster strong interpersonal relationships, and facilitate the pursuit and attainment of personal goals. Knowledge of who we are help us manage stress, improve resilience, and navigate life's challenges as well. There is another reason why advancing our understanding of who we are is essential at this very moment. We have reached a point in our existence where the need for unity and oneness will enhance our creative power. It will enhance our collective ability to achieve many things we previously thought were impossible, making them attainable. Working together as one human race will certainly advance us to a higher state of existence. Advancing our understanding of who we are will elevate us to a mental plane where both individuality and oneness coexist in a meaningful and productive way. Advancing our understanding of who we truly are and assuming this advanced state of existence does more than just improve our personal well being. Again, the collective will also be enriched. The first step in our spiritual awakening is an awakening to the truth of who we are. By now, you should be awakening to the fact that knowing who you are means more than knowing your name, where you live, the role you play in society, and what you wish and hope to achieve in life. Knowing who you are of necessity speaks to your core identity, an identity that is really not spoken much about. And yet, it is that identity that drives your strengths, weaknesses, passion, purpose, and value. It is this rarely discussed core identity that leads you to greater self awareness and reveals your guiding principles. And these guiding principles are a set of tenets that influence your daily life, whether you are knowledgeable or ignorant of them. As we embark on this journey to help you gain a deeper understanding of who you truly are, we take you on a path that explores the often overlooked core. There is no other way to do this because the core is central to your existence. The core is central to the characteristics you manifest. The core is central to the strength and weaknesses you display and the worth and value you possess. Where does the core reside? What is that core made of? What are the laws, if any, that govern the core? And how do the core functions? Inherent in every human is a concept of one. Even individuals who believe in a devil or Satan often posit that the devil came from the one source, but somewhere along the line the devil got corrupted. And of course, some believe that the devil is the one or original substance. The point I am making is that inherent in every human is this thought that everything goes back to a source, which is the original substance, and that substance is inherently one. The underlying principle is that where there are two, they must be joined by one original substance. All seemingly diverse things originate from and are connected by a single source. All seemingly diverse things not only extend from and are connected by one, but their very existence is for that of one. The single source dictates their very existence. That single source determines why the seemingly diverse things exist and how they should function. Since there is only one original substance, space must be filled with that one substance. Space does not house a vacuum. Space is filled with something. There is no vacuum out there. Space is full of something that can manifest itself as seemingly diverse things. What fills space, therefore, can manifest itself as both seen and unseen. When we talk about seen, we are referring to the realm of physicality, what we can see and touch. There are things in space we can see with our natural eyes, and there are things we cannot see. There are sounds we can hear with our natural ear, and there are sounds we cannot hear. Within space are things that are outside the realms of awareness that are determined by sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. We have other senses that make some of us more aware of spiritual entities that cannot be perceived by the five senses mentioned, but very few of us utilize these senses. Was space always full of this one substance? Was there a time when there was nothing in space and then something appeared from nothingness? From a mathematical perspective, something cannot come forth from nothing. There must be something that is constantly existing. Not only should there be something that is constantly existing, but whatever this is, it must be in constant motion. The most basic definition of life is that life is movement or motion. If movement ceases, there will be no life. And if there is no life, what is there to regenerate life? Whatever fills space must be constantly existing and be in constant motion. The movement or motion may be rudimentary, but there must be constant life or motion or movement, since life is movement or motion. In short, life is dependent on a constant something that is constantly existing, and it is constantly in motion. Remember, where there is no movement, there is no life. The more the whole recognizes its connection and leverages it, the more functional the whole becomes. have we learned so far about the core that forms our identity? We have learned that the core is a constantly existing something or substance. What forms the core of our identity must be constantly moving, constantly existing, because if it ceases to exist, it cannot be brought back into existence by non-existence. This constant something must be the source of everything else. Everything else must come forth or extend from this continuous, living, existing something. Everything that exists is a manifestation of the original substance or the original something. Everything that exists is connected to and by this original substance or something. The more the whole recognizes its connection and leverages it, the more functional the whole becomes. If the foundational framework regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotions is weak, we will experience not only physical ill health, but spiritual ill health, mental ill health, emotional ill health, and social ill health. A spiritual disconnect clouds our thinking, heightens mental stress, and weakens our immune system. The foundational framework regarding the structure and function of our body, mind, spirit, and emotion is strong, we will experience a clear understanding of who we are, what we are capable of, and what are our limitations.